County. I graduated Capitol River Crest in 1966. I've been to Paris Junior College, East Texas State University, and when PJC had an annex here in this county, I attended a number of classes and took police science courses. I put in 15 years of police work in this county, 13 years with the city of Mount Pleasant, 2 years as a reserve deputy. I've dealt with the public many times. I know what a lot of situations are like, both with the police and with the public. I left the police department in around 1981, got married to a lovely lady named Paula Blackman. We've been married for 34 years. She's trained me well. And went to work in the oil fields. I worked in the oil fields of Titus County, Camp County, Upshur County, Wood County. I travel the roads daily. I'm fixed to be retiring in just a few months. I deal with critical decisions every day. I run critical, high-pressure lines through this county, Camp County, Wood County, Smith County. I have to make critical decisions every day. So I'm familiar with making critical decisions and dealing with problems on hand at the time when they happen. So, and dealing with the public. I have to deal with landowners every day, business people, you name it. Well, anyway, I'm ready to retire out of that. I want to get back into Titus County. I want to be a civil servant again. I enjoyed it when I was a police officer. I'm going to enjoy it again. If you'll let me in, I'm going to try hard, do my best. I don't have anything else to do but either draw Social Security or do this job, and I will do it well. And you won't have to raise that because I'm through.
What needs to be improved most in the JP office in Precinct 2? Start first hitter.
What needs to be done the most or changed the most? Well, not having been in that office, that's a difficult question to ask. Although I will say this: the citizens that know me and who deal with me on a day-to-day basis feel like there needs to be a change in that office and asked me to run. I didn't volunteer to run. They asked me to run for them. They wanted a voice in that office, and they wanted someone that they felt could do the job, and they felt like with what they know about me that they could do that. That could do that.
Thank you. Tom?
Well, one of the biggest things that I see right now is a problem that we have at the safety shelter. The Hispanic community in Titus County has grown to such an extent that to try to run a business or an office without at least one bilingual in it is almost an impossible task. I really feel like that one of the first things should be done is we should have a bilingual clerk. I know the Judge McNutt has one that works out real well, and that would be one of the first policies I'd implement.
Thank you.
Well, we always know that the only thing that we need to do is constantly change towards the future. Upgrade as we go. I don't know what all that it's going to require because I'm not there, but I know when I get there, I will look at it with an open eye, and when things need to be changed, I will change it.
Okay.
That's it. Quick.
You're batting it first on this one. Same question I've asked everybody. Decisions made, we have to cut the budget 5%. Where do you start in that JP office?
Well, like most of them said, I'll start with my salary. I'll work the job for nothing. I'll draw Social Security, if that's what it takes. Because if there's anybody working with me, I do not want to see their budget cut. I have worked in the oil field now for the last 8 years without a pay increase. And I was salaried, so I know what working with a budget is, a family budget, a limited budget. And, you know, there's many ways to cut waste, you know. Paper. It's unbelievable how many people use a Xerox machine and just zip, and throw it away. And computers, they can be, well, as they've all said, utilized great. There's ways to improve that. So, yeah, there's going to be ways to change things, but I will deal with it when it comes to an issue.
Thank you. Tom?
Well, first of all, I hope that Titus County, and from what I'm hearing, Titus County is in a lot better financial state, both physically and financially, than the state of Texas is. And I would hate to think that Rick Perry down there, because his campaign year, is dictating that everybody across the state needs to take a 5% cut. And it would be my luck to pick the year to run for office that I'd have to take a pay increase before I ever got in. But when I started working as a constable in my first term in 1984, the constables had just gotten raised from $400 to $600 a month, which was their entire salary. Our budget for the year was $200. I know what it's like to run on a tight budget, not only in a political office like an elected office for the county, but also in a shelter when you depend on year from year. With a shelter, we depend on grants and we depend on donations, and when they don't come in, nobody gets raises. The only thing I can see is if we have to do it, you do a 5% cut across everything, including all of your supplies and everything else. I would expect that if the JP court or if the JP had to do it, then every county officer should have to do it. And maybe not just there. Maybe it should go to all the other taxing subdivisions and everything. Maybe they need to cut some of their expenses. But if we got to do it, we got to do it.
Tim?
If faced with a 5% cut, there are several ways to approach that. One of which we were fairly successful with was to take and start buying supplies with collective bargaining power from like the school district and the offices of the government. We would actually take and buy those things as one big lot, and we would share those supplies. That worked out really well. It made everyone watch their dollars and watch their supplies much more carefully. Another thing that you can do is take the items of each item in the budget and go through and see what items are non-essential, items that have been there for a while that just kind of got paid but never really got used or was used rarely, and start cutting those items as well. But you need to look at each individual item. A person's pay in today's time, to cut that at any time is a last resort. And I would not exempt myself from that, but at the same time, because a staff person's budget at this point in time would not be a happy time, and I wouldn't want to do that. I'd look for other ways for it.
Thank you.